Today's topic is force. What is force? Force is nothing but pull or push. A body doesn't move if you don't apply any force. ఒక వస్తువు పైన నువ్వు బలాన్ని ఉపయోగించకపోతే అది కదలదు. సో వాట్ ఈజ్ ఫోర్స్? ఫోర్స్ అంటే ఏమిటి? బలం అంటే ఏమిటి? ఫోర్స్ ఈజ్ పుల్ ఆర్ పుష్. ఫోర్స్ అనేది పుల్ ఆర్ పుష్. పుల్ అంటే లాగడం, పుష్ అంటే నెట్టడం. సో ఫోర్స్ క్యాన్ బి ఆఫ్ టూ టైప్స్, విచ్ ఈజ్ పుల్ ఆర్ పుష్. సో హౌ మెనీ టైప్స్ ఆఫ్ ఫోర్సెస్ ఆర్ దేర్? ఎన్ని రకాల ఫోర్సెస్ ఉన్నాయి? దేర్ ఆర్ టూ కైండ్స్ ఆఫ్ ఫోర్సెస్. రెండు రకాల ఫోర్సెస్ ఉన్నాయి, రెండు రకాల బలాలు ఉన్నాయి. వాట్ ఈస్ ఫస్ట్ వన్? ద ఫస్ట్ వన్ ఈజ్ కాంటాక్ట్ ఫోర్స్. అండ్ వాట్ ఈస్ సెకండ్ వన్? రెండవది ఏమిటి? సెకండ్ వన్ ఈజ్ నాన్ కాంటాక్ట్ ఫోర్స్ ఆర్ ఫీల్డ్ ఫోర్స్. There are two types of forces. First one is contact force and the second one is non-contact force or field force. So what is contact force? When two or more bodies are in contact with one another, the force between them is called as contact force. రెండు లేదా అంతకన్నా ఎక్కువ వస్తువులు ఒకదానితో మరొకటి స్పర్శలో ఉన్నప్పుడు అంటే ఒకదానికొకటి తాకుతున్నప్పుడు వాటి మధ్యలో ఉండే ఫోర్సే కాంటాక్ట్ ఫోర్స్. వెన్ టూ ఆర్ మోర్ బాడీస్ ఆర్ ఇన్ కాంటాక్ట్ విత్ వన్ అనదర్, ద ఫోర్స్ బిట్వీన్ దెమ్ ఈజ్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ కాంటాక్ట్ ఫోర్స్. నెక్స్ట్, what is field force or what is non-contact force? Non-contact force అంటే ఏమిటి లేదా field force అంటే ఏమిటి? When two or more number of bodies are not in contact with one another, then the force which exists between them is called as non-contact force or field force. రెండు లేదా అంతకంటే ఎక్కువ వస్తువులు ఒకదానికొకటి స్పర్శలో లేకుండా దూరంగా ఉంటున్నప్పుడు వాటి మధ్యలో ఉండే ఫోర్స్, వాటి మధ్యలో ఉండే బలం ఆకర్షణ బలం కావచ్చు లేదా వికర్షణ బలం కావచ్చు. ఇట్ మే బి అట్రాక్టివ్ ఫోర్స్ ఆర్ ఇట్ మే బి రిపల్సివ్ ఫోర్స్. సచ్ ఫోర్స్ ఈజ్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ నాన్ కాంటాక్ట్ ఫోర్స్ ఆర్ field force. We have discussed what is contact force and non-contact forces. Now let us see the different types of contact forces. The different kinds of contact forces are: first one, muscular force; second one, normal force; third one, tension force; and the fourth one is frictional force. And the different types of non-contact forces or field forces are: the first one is electrostatic force, second one is magnetic force, and the third one is gravitational force. What is muscular force? The force exerted by the muscles is called muscular force. Look at this example. These two animals are pulling the cart with the help of their muscles. What is normal force? The force that a solid surface exerts on another object normally is called normal force. Look at this example. A book is placed on a table. Now there are two forces acting on this book. The first force is the gravitational force, which is directed towards the center of the earth, that is downwards. And the second force is upward force, which is called as normal force. These two forces are acting opposite to one another. So these two forces become balanced and the book will be at rest. Now, Fn is the force which is acting upwards is called the normal force in this example. What is tension force? When you stretch a string, the tightness in the string is called tension force. Look at this example. A body is suspended by means of a string. Now you will find that the string becomes tight. This tightness in the string is called as tension force. What is frictional force? Friction is a force which opposes the relative motion between the bodies. Observe this example. A boy is falling down because there is no sufficient friction on the floor. So we cannot walk properly if there is no friction on the ground. What is electrostatic force? The force of attraction of a charged body due to another charged body is called electrostatic force. Take a balloon and rub that balloon against your hair. Now bring small pieces of paper near the balloon. The small pieces of paper attract towards the balloon. This is due to the electrostatic force of attraction between the balloon and the small pieces of paper. What is magnetic force? The force of attraction or repulsion between the magnets is called magnetic force. This is magnetic force. This is also magnetic force. Earth's attraction is called gravitational force. A man is trying to push a table with a force F. It is difficult to move. Two people are trying to push a table with a force 2F. The table moves easily because the force is doubled. Look at this figure. There is a table and there are two people pushing this table in opposite direction. The first person is pushing the table with a force F from left to right, and the second person is also pushing the table with the same force F from right to left. These two forces are equal and opposite, so the net force is zero. That is why the table does not move. Free body diagram. Forces acting on a car. In this figure, you can see a car, and let us find out the different forces acting on this car. First one, capital F, is the force applied by the car's engine. N1 is the normal force which is in the upward direction. W is the gravitational force which is in the downward direction. N2 is the normal force, its direction is upwards, and small f is the force of friction, which its direction is towards the right side. So, along the x axis, there are some forces, and along the y axis, there are some other forces. Now, let us see the different forces along x axis and y axis separately. Forces along x axis. Capital F is the force supplied by the engine. Small f is the frictional force. Yeah. Now the forces along y axis. N1, W and N2. N1 and N2 are the normal forces and W is the gravitational force. So these are all the forces acting along y axis. Force applied by the engine is equal to F, capital F. Friction applied by road is equal to small f. Normal forces are N1 and N2. Gravitational force is equal to W. Net force along x axis is F net is equal to small f minus capital F. Net force along y axis is equal to F net along y axis is equal to N1 plus N2 minus W. What are the effects of force? In this figure, a boy is kicking a ball. So with the help of force, one can change the direction of motion of a body, and also we can change the speed of the body. In this figure, you can see one carom board. There are some coins on the carom board. A person is trying to hit the coins with the help of a striker. Therefore, by applying force on the coins, we can make the coins fall in the holes at the four corners. So, therefore, with the help of force, we can move the bodies in different directions. In the first case, you can feel that the pain is less, but in the second case, you can feel that the pain is more. So, what is the reason for this difference? It is because of pressure. In the first case, the pressure is less, and in the second case, the pressure is more. In the first case, the area of contact is more. In the second case, the area of contact is less. So that's why the pressure is less in the first case and more in the second case. Look at this table. Action of force, change in shape, temporary or permanent, stretching rubber band, squeezing sponge, tearing paper, breaking of chalk, making chapati, breaking glass. So these are all the different changes. Now you have to mention which one is temporary change and which one is permanent change. Try to fill up this table on your own. What is pressure? The force acting perpendicularly on unit area of a surface is called pressure. Pressure is equal to force by area. The unit of pressure in SI system is Newton per meter square. A small activity. Take two trays of equal size and fill them up with sand. Take two bricks of same size and shape. Initially, take the first brick and place it vertically in the first tray and note down how much the brick has gone deeper. In the second case, place the brick in the horizontal manner and try to find out how much the brick has gone deeper. In the first case, the brick goes very deeper, but in the second case, the brick will not go very much deeper. So, what is the reason for this? What is net force acting on this body? 10 newtons plus 8 newtons is 80 newtons minus 12 newtons. It is equal to 6 newtons is the net force acting on this body. What is the net force acting on this body? 8 newtons of force towards right side and 8 newtons of force towards left side. So net force is 8 minus 8. It is equal to 0. Therefore, the net force is 0. The body will not move. What is the net force acting on this body? So 8 newtons plus 6 newtons. It is equal to 14 newtons.